It is May, and the clock is ticking. The window between spring soil warm-up and summer heat is the most critical intervention period in the regenerative gardening calendar. The right crop choices can reverse months of microbial decline and rebuild the underground ecosystem your garden depends on before high temperatures lock nutrient absorption into survival mode. Integrating nitrogen-fixing legumes, deep taproot foragers, and rapid canopy builders into May planting schedule right now trigger a self-sustaining nutrient cycle that runs all season. Heavy winters, synthetic fertilizer dependence, and compacted surface soil create a microbial collapse. Soil bacterial populations decline under compaction because oxygen cannot penetrate the compressed pore structure that aerobic microbes require for metabolic activity. May is the intervention window because soil temperatures between 10 and 20 degrees Celsius support the germination and root establishment of every crop in this system simultaneously, and the canopy these crops build before June provides the thermal regulation that soil microbes need to remain active through summer heat. Buckwheat, Phagopyrum esculentum, is the fastest establishing soil repair crop available to the May gardener. It germinates within 4 to 5 days of sowing at soil temperatures above 10 degrees Celsius and reaches canopy closure in 3 weeks, shading the soil surface and preventing the crust formation that blocks oxygen from reaching the microbial zone beneath. The root system releases organic acids, primarily citric and oxalic acid, that solubilize inorganic phosphorus compounds locked in compacted clay, converting trapped phosphorus into plant-available forms that benefit every crop in the surrounding bed. Sow buckwheat at 70 grams per square meter broadcast across any bare or compacted bed section. Crimson clover, Trifolium incarnatum, forms a symbiotic relationship with rhizobia bacteria that colonize root nodules and fix atmospheric nitrogen at rates between 100 and 200 kilograms per hectare across a full growing season. Its dense low growth regulates soil surface temperature through June, preventing the thermal spikes that suppress bacterial activity in the upper root zone. Sow at 20 grams per square meter between established crop rows. At flowering, terminate with a chop and drop to deliver a concentrated nitrogen flush directly to the soil surface within days of decomposition beginning. Hairy vetch, Vicia villosa, is the most aggressive nitrogen fixer in this system, climbing and sprawling simultaneously to create a layered canopy that intercepts rainfall, reduces surface evaporation, and builds root nodule mass faster than most annual legumes. It fixes nitrogen across the same range as crimson clover but produces significantly more above-ground biomass per square meter, meaning the green manure volume delivered through chop and drop termination is greater. Sow hairy vetch at 30 grams per square meter alongside crimson clover or independently in areas requiring the heaviest nitrogen input. Daikon radish, Raphanus sativus var. Longipinatus, drives its taproot up to 60 centimeters into compacted subsoil, physically fracturing dense layers and creating root channels that persist long after the plant decomposes. These biological drainage channels improve deep water infiltration, expose dormant mineral pockets to microbial colonization, and increase oxygen penetration into nutrient-rich subsoil layers that standard crops never reach. Plant daikon at 5 cm spacing in the densest compaction zones, areas where water pools or surface crusting is most visible. Sunflowers, Helianthus annuus, host one of the most extensive mycorrhizal networks of any annual crop, supporting fungal hyphal infrastructure that extends outward from the root zone and connects the soil biology of the entire bed into a unified nutrient-sharing system. Their deep taproots also access subsoil mineral reserves that shallow-rooted crops never reach, bringing those nutrients upward through the plant and depositing them in the surface soil through leaf drop and root decomposition. Plant sunflowers at 30 cm spacing along the northern bed border where their height provides afternoon temperature regulation without competing for light with shorter crops. Implementing the May succession plan. Begin with buckwheat broadcast across bare compacted areas. Sow crimson clover and hairy vetch between established crop rows immediately after. Establish daikon in the densest compaction zones and sunflowers along the northern bed perimeter. Terminate each crop at flowering using the no-till chop and drop method. Cut at the soil surface, leave all biomass in place, and allow the root systems to decompose into biological channels the next planting cycle inherits without any mechanical disturbance. Subscribe to Natural Crops and AMP, Soil Hub for more evidence-based soil restoration strategies.